Hello, this is part 8. This will probably be part A because I'll probably have to go do this in two different stories as well, or two different time periods. I worked for a Thomas Elder of Seagate Roofing. I had a crew of 6 working, or 5 or 6 of working for me at the time. I'm going to try to make this as brief as possible. I had asked Thomas Elder if I could charge some materials for a job that I was doing for a relative. He said it was okay. Thomas Elder got upset because I was spending a little bit too much of my time on my job and not on his. He requested the money back. I sent him a check. Unfortunately, I forgot to sign it. I was a single dad. It was 12 o'clock at night. I had just put in a 14-hour day. I was tired. I forgot to do it. And instead of him calling me and telling me, hey, I forgot to sign the check, he went to the Lucas County prosecutor, Julia Bates, and had charges filed against me. He went in front of the grand jury and said that I didn't have permission. He committed perjury. He also went and filed a false police report with the Toledo Police Department, stating that I didn't have his permission to charge these materials. Julia Bates let this case run for approximately a little over a year. A week and a day before that trial, I got a phone call from the court-appointed attorney making me a plea deal. I told my attorney at that time that he could tell Julia Bates, and I won't use the language that I had used then because I'm a lot more mature. But basically, I refused that plea bargain. The very next day, I got another phone call from my court-appointed attorney stating that I had to be in court that next day because they were going to drop all charges. Now, that message that I had my attorney give the Julia Bates was that if I can't wait to be acquitted next week in that trial, because once I'm acquitted, I'm going to sue her ass for malicious prosecution. And then the very next day, she drops all the charges. Coincidental? I don't think so. She knew they were bogus bullshit charges, and she filed them. She did not, and after being told that he lied, committed perjury, she did nothing to him. She did nothing to him about filing the false police report. Thomas Elder then filed a lawsuit against me for that check amount. During that civil trial, he admitted that he lied to the grand jury, stating that I did indeed have his permission to charge these materials. He then had the audacity to say that the Toledo Police Department filed the wrong police report and that the police officer stated that I didn't have permission. He lied to the arbitrator. He also, after going in front of the arbitrator with my witness, Mr. Elder then called my witness and threatened him with bodily physically harm. My witness called me. I then called my attorney, William Baer, who then contacted the arbitrator. And yet, with all this, with the lies and the threats made by Thomas Elder, the arbitrator ruled on his favor. I believe, and it's my intent, and I will show that Judge Bates, who was in charge of this case, who was upset that Julia Bates, his wife, did not win that case, she had to drop the case, told the arbitrator to rule on Thomas Elder's behalf, in which he did. And all the meantime, I told the truth. Now, Thomas Elder got caught in lies, in questioning, in front of the arbitrator. He threatened my witness and was told to the arbitrator, and yet he still won. You want to talk about corruption? We got plenty of it here in Toledo, Ohio. Inspector General of the United States Department of Justice, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the FBI, you need to get off your asses and start protecting citizens here in Toledo. And start putting these real criminals behind bars. Thank you.